It is a warm evening in the year 1155 BC, and the most powerful man on Earth has about 90 seconds to live. He doesn't know that. He's the pharaoh. He beat back an invasion that wiped whole civilizations off the map. He's had a long reign and an even longer guest list of wives. What he doesn't know is that one of those wives has spent months turning his own palace against him. The man who runs his pantry, his butler, the official who guards the women's quarters. And that tonight, they are coming through a door that is supposed to be locked, past guards who are supposed to be awake. And for the next 3,000 years, they get away with it. Because when his body was found, there wasn't a mark on him. No wound, no struggle. The verdict was natural causes. Case closed. Then, in 2012, somebody slid him into a hospital CT scanner and found the thing his own embalmers had hidden under the bandages. Welcome to the Crooked Museum. Exhibit 2, the oldest cold case we have ever cracked. Mind your step. Meet the victim, Ramesses III, the last genuinely great pharaoh of Egypt. After him, it is mostly decline and paperwork. He fought off the Sea Peoples, an invasion that erased entire kingdoms around him. He built like a man with something to prove, and he ran a household best described as extensive. Many wives, many sons, one throne, and that right there is the murder weapon. Not the knife, the arithmetic. Too many heirs, one chair. The wife with a plan was called T, not the chief queen, a secondary one, which meant her son, a prince named Pentawer, was never getting the throne by the rules. So T decided to change the rules with a blade. This was not two people whispering in a corridor. This reached deep into the palace. The chief of the chamber, a royal butler, the overseer of the harem, scribes, staff, the people who bring you your dinner and lock your doors, all quietly agreeing that the king should stop breathing. They even tried to cheat. One of the trial papyri records that the plotters got hold of a book of magic and made figures out of wax. Little models meant to weaken the guards and slip the killers through. Did the magic work? We'll never know. Something got them through that door because it worked. The king died. Which raises an excellent question. If the plot succeeded, why isn't this the most famous murder in history? Why did it take a CT scanner to even prove it happened? Because the people who wrapped his body were very, very good at their job. When a pharaoh died, the embalmers didn't just preserve him, they perfected him. Any damage was repaired so the king could enter the afterlife whole. So when Ramesses arrived with a catastrophic wound to the throat, they did what they always did. They packed it. They wound layer after layer of thick linen around the neck. And this is the detail that gives me chills. They tucked a small amulet, an eye of Horus, right into the cut. A little magic bandage. Heal, please, in the next life. Then they wrapped over the whole thing, and for 3,000 years, nobody looked underneath. Why would you? The bandages were smooth. The king looked serene. The embalmers didn't just prepare a body. They sealed a crime scene. If you enjoy the exhibits the real museums keep in the back, where the label says natural causes and the x-ray disagrees, you already belong on this channel. Stick around. Fast forward to 2012. A team led by the Egyptologist Zahi Hawass and the scientist Albert Zink runs the mummy through a CT scanner, imaging that sees straight through the linen without unwrapping a single thread. And there it is, hidden under the bandages, straight across the front of the throat, one deep cut, roughly 7 centimeters wide enough to sever the windpipe, the gullet, and the major arteries back to the spine. The scientists were blunt about it. This wound would have killed him instantly. And sitting inside the cut, the amulet. Exactly where the embalmers left it. Then it gets worse. A later scan found that his big toe had been hacked clean off by a different, heavier blade than the one at his throat, which means the man at his neck was not working alone. More than one person was in that room, with more than one weapon. This wasn't a murder, it was a swarm, but the palace held one more body, and it is the one that haunts me. In the same royal hiding place, archaeologists found a mummy with no name. They labeled him simply, Unknown Man E. Everything about him is wrong. He wasn't wrapped in fine linen, he was sewn into the skin of a goat, a ritually unclean material. the kind of insult you inflict on purpose. He wasn't embalmed properly. His organs were left inside him. He was dumped in a plain, hacked-up coffin. And his face, his mouth is wrenched wide open, frozen, mid-scream. For over a century, nobody knew who he was. Then they read his DNA. Same Y chromosome as Ramesses III. This was not a stranger. It was his son, almost certainly Pentawer, the prince the entire plot was built to crown. He died at around 18 or 20 years old, and the evidence points to hanging or strangulation. The scream? It may just be the jaw dropping as the body dried out. Or it may be exactly what it looks like. So here's how the oldest cold case actually ends. The plot worked, and the plot failed. They killed the king, but Pentawer never sat on the throne for a single day. The rightful heir, Ramesses IV, took power, and then he put the killers on trial. Around 40 people, 28 of them were executed, 10 more, the prince included, were quietly handed the option to end themselves, and did. The best part? Some of the judges appointed to run the trial were caught partying with the very women they were supposed to be sentencing. Their punishment? Their noses and ears were cut off. In this story, even the court gets mutilated. And Queen T, the wife who started all of it, who wanted a crown for her boy, the records simply stop mentioning her. She vanishes. We don't know what they did to her. Some silences you can hear. Everyone in this room lost. The wax-melting butler, the mother who wanted a throne, the son who screams for eternity in a goatskin, and the murdered king kept his killer's secret buried in his own throat for 3,000 years, until a hospital machine, in a country that did not exist when he died, finally read the wound out loud. The subscribe button, unlike the palace guards, is free and cannot be melted into wax. This has been the Crooked Museum. Mind the exit, and don't touch the gold on your way out.